Good morning. Just waiting for everybody to come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Sipping on my coffee. Today is the last day of the 7-day juice cleanse. And I'm excited. I'm excited. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. Bit of chat, Mercer. How are you? Good morning, Antoinette. This is not okay. There we go. StreamYard was a little bit slow getting everybody up and going. So, how'd everybody sleep last night? Today is the last day. Today is the last day of the 7-day juice cleanse that I've been on. And I've been watching all of these lives and watching all of these people doing their mukbangs, sharing their recipes. It wasn't that hard yesterday, but I was um I was in prayer and I was glad that today is gonna be the last day. 40-second delay. Welcome to the live. This is your first time, you said? Is this your first time in this live? I got my coffee already going or done. And today I'm going to be juicing celery, the remaining bit of the gala apples that I purchased at the beginning of last week, and some parsley mixed with cilantro. So I'll be juicing that stuff today, and I'll be this is my very first time seeing your stream. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your support, and I hope that you come back because I have some announcements to make at the end of this live. So, um, are you have you ever had green juice before or juice? Do you like juice? And I'm doing good, Antoinette. Happy Tuesday. I'm doing good. It took me a while to get off to sleep last night, but once I got there, the sleep is so intense. Uh, yeah, about time I have clarity in my life. Been so down and out. I'm sorry to hear that, but and no but. I'm just sorry to hear that. It's rough out here. It's real rough, and there's so many things going on. I know uh, it's rough. Every day is like a day of it could be stress filled. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about too today is even if you're juicing, even if you are in somewhat of a healthy lifestyle as far as what you're eating, if you're surrounded by intense stress, it could cancel what you're doing. It, because stress messes with your entire body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, actually, your organs, everything. So, I want to talk about maybe some ways that we can kind of get away from stress, even if you live in a whole household or a work environment that's full of stress. What are some ways that you guys have used to kind of wind down or calm down? Um, my husband of over 30 years died 2 years ago. And even though I left him 26 years, I still miss him. I wish his kids could understand my side of the story. Yeah, so that's pretty deep. And there's hope. There is, what are you doing though? Because you can't worry about what everybody else is. You can't, not even your children. Good morning. It's J3G Farms. Good morning. I finally listened to you say your own name. And yeah, everyone juice it up. So back to bit of chat, Mercer. Um, One of the things that I was talking about, J J3G Farms, is even if you on a somewhat healthy lifestyle, if you got a bunch of stress in your life, it kind of cancels out some of the practices you might be doing for a healthy lifestyle. It has to be a total package. Like you have to be, in order to get the full benefit of um, eating healthy and exercise, you have to be doing things that I guess like coping mechanisms. I guess you could say, if you're in a stress filled. Good morning, Melanie, the moderator. You have to be doing. It's a whole package. It's like, have you heard of that saying, mind, body, and soul? Um, so you have to be, in order to get the full benefit of it, you have to be mindful of what you're doing in life to get the full benefit. So I want to talk about some of those things, like a bit of chat. What are you doing? Even though you might not be able to change No one even sent condolences because they didn't. They people um what people are thinking might not be what you should be thinking for them. So what I was thinking was that people are so filled with their own intense problems that sometimes it takes a while before they figure out you as a factor. And it's not that they mean to leave you out. It's not that they meant to leave you out. We, the new husband, and I are on disability, and we both moved here to get away from the stress of a big city. Well, that's good. How's that working? They recognize me as the wife. Did you say you remarried? They recognize me as the wife. Oh, they reckon. So the new husband and the family recognize you as the. Is that what you're saying? I'm a little bit lost. Just a little bit. It's almost 5 o'clock here in the morning, and so it might take me a minute to catch up to what you're saying. But what I wanted to tell everybody today, or recommend to everyone, is sometimes you got to be on a full program to get the fullest benefit. Like gardening for me is a de-stressor, and for some people, exercise is helpful. I always say helpful because it always whatever you could be doing possibly is better for your health. Okay, so there are. Don't forget to hit the like button for the host. But let's see. I'm gonna put this up here. So I got my coffee together and ready to go, and I went grocery shopping yesterday because I didn't want to be caught not juicing and go all in tomorrow. Today is the official last day, and I didn't want to be caught up tomorrow not having a plan. So yesterday, which was Monday, I went into the grocery store. I entered into the grocery store, and with a plan, with a full plan of uh, meal preparation and healthy choices of living, so that when I finish the juice cleanse, which is today, I will um, had everything that I need to be successful. Because, like I said yesterday, I think I said that yesterday, but even if you go through all 7 days and the eighth day you're so happy to be off your juice cleanse that you go ahead and get that chocolate cake, and you go ahead and run through the drive-through, and you go ahead and do all these things that brought you to the juice cleanse, that whole 7 days of sacrificing and don't giving up and all that stuff, it would have been like for nothing. And I heard that each time you go on an intense program, the recovery of your body, excuse me, is harder. So that's like if you keep bouncing up and down with your weight, as you get older, each time you go on some type of a program, it gets harder. Yeah. Bit of chatter says, I go into a store with a plan too, but I consider my husband's needs, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. But we try. Um, yes, and that's what I was telling you is one of the hardest things. Like, I would love to be vegan, and I'm working toward that, but it's very difficult when everyone in the house, like my 7-year-old daughter, when I don't eat meat, she said, I love meat, mama. So, and she like if I have her meat and we're sitting to the table on her lunch break because she's in homeschool, she'd be like, "You don't want some of this? You don't like the way meat tastes?" So it's really difficult. um, when you on that type of a journey, or you on a certain journey to uh, take care of the needs of your household, each individual needs. I've always had children that are on different age groups and different levels of age groups. So what I've always done is try to consider every age group, and um, including my husband and his needs. So it has always been very difficult to make sure that I'm on a good program and balance it and maintain it. But it's difficult, but not impossible. It's very difficult, but definitely not impossible to do. And you just got to be determined. You got to have so much determination in this life. You got to have determination in everything you do. You got to wake up with full determination. But I don't know if I said it already, but we're going to be having gala apples. I have 5 of them to juice this morning. Good morning, Detox Diva. Um, I got celery, and I got two different kinds. I got parsley and cilantro that I want to put in the juice. Good morning, P. Smith Gardner. How are you? So I'm gonna do that. I got up with my. I did this morning get my water. I got my water first. That was the first thing that I grabbed. Antoinette says, my son is the same way about meat. I have been cutting back on how much meat we have per meal and day. He hasn't really noticed the difference. Yeah, it's a slow change in here. I only make it like 2, 3 times a week, sometimes two, sometimes three. But after today, I'm gonna be very, very intentional about the meals that I cook. I want to try a meatless spaghetti. I've done it before, where they like it too because they just like pasta in here. But I got a different kind of pasta when I went to the health food yesterday. So I got a different kind of rice. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna document these healthy meals so that it'll give us a little bit of a idea of how I'm living after the 7 day cleanse. Bit of chat says, I lack the determination I need. I stay tired. I still got depression episodes. I think I personally think after my mother passed that depression comes and goes in a lot of people. I think that when you start sitting around reminiscing about life, and you start sitting around thinking about how things used to be and how things are going and how things will be, I think that it's not unnatural for us to have some depressive episodes, because I think about that. So you are not alone. Find yourself a community that will support you on a more personal level, because one of the things that I found too is being real busy um, kind of helps the time and some of those things pass away. But if you sitting around constantly dwelling on things and not talking them out, that's the thing too. Not being able to talk them out. Like I'm grateful that you came on here and you in the live this morning, and you can share with us what you're going through. I think that's awesome. Um, but make sure that you are able to get some kind of relief on a more personal level, um, because I had to, and I'm not afraid to talk about that. I'm not afraid to talk about the need sometimes to reach out. Death is a serious situation, and sometimes looking at your whole condition in life and where things are is a whole serious situation. And so get on some type of a program and focus on the grateful things, because if you stay and a depressive mode for too long, it's not healthy. It's just really not healthy. So um, find something to kind of cope with and stick with that and see how you do. See how you do from there. But like I said, I'm really glad that you're sharing your experience with us because sometimes just getting it out is helpful. It's really helpful because I used to keep things to myself. I used to think I don't want nobody in my business like that, and what I'm finding is that what business? Everybody is experiencing the same thing. Everybody is going through the same thing. If you think that you are alone, you're not alone in nothing that you're going through. So talk it out. Make sure you get some support. Somebody who knows you. Let people know. Don't stay in that depressive mode too long. Um, and make sure you tell your doctor because that's the most personal part of you that you could probably get. And I would go into some other things, but this chat is not about that. But I do stay in prayer. I stay in a lot of prayer on life because I gotta um, find something that I can move through life, and God is that for me. So I could talk a whole lot about that, but find somebody you can talk to on a personal level and get you a good friend. Like somebody that's going to tell you your face is dirty. That kind of a person. Get you a real good friend. Like somebody that is going to go out with you and drop everything they doing sometimes and tell you when you stinking. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of a friend. Get you somebody like that. Because a lot of times people be thinking, if somebody tell you really what lay things out in front of you, that they must be hating on you. And a lot of times that's not the case. A lot of times, uh, sometimes you need somebody like that in your life. So get with somebody that can not afraid to call you in the middle of the night or answer your call in the middle of the night when you just want to talk. I think that's good because I got somebody like that. I'm telling you. And this girl, she know who she is if she watching this live. I'm sure she's up watching this live, but she know who she is. That's the same one that dropped everything she was doing to come and console. So yes. So anyway, today is my last day, and I made sure that when I went to the grocery store with the 7-year-old that was asking for everything, I was in a health food store, first of all. I didn't go to a place where they got uh, stuff that I don't need on every end cap. So, but you got to be careful when you go to health food stores as well. So, yeah. But anyway, so I was really intentional about my meal prep for starting tomorrow, even starting tonight. So the food that I'm gonna cook for the family tonight is gonna be very healthy. They might not think it is, but it's gonna be very very healthy for them. And so if I get up in the morning, I'm gonna wake up to juice with you guys, and also I'm gonna have some very awesome alternatives. And if I'm out, I want to talk about having a bag in the car too at some point in time. But if you missed it, I'm having celery. I got a case of it. I was able to find a whole case of it at the health food store. Because everybody is on this celery thing, sometimes the stores, if it's on sale, won't give you an entire case. So I dropped off all the kids at school and I went by. It's a store called Sprouts. It's our local farmers market, and they had a stock of celery on sale for, I mean, yeah, 98 cents. So that's a real good price where I live at. It normally is, it can get up to about close to $3 a stock, and I usually try to stay away from it when it's that expensive. But I was able to get, they had a case of 30, so I got a whole case of that, and because celery is my favorite. And then I got gala apples and parsley and cilantro to go in today's juice. So that's what I'm going to be having. Celery has become so expensive because of that trend, because people are starting to understand that celery is, I want to say, healing. Celery is very powerful. Celery is very, very powerful. And that's why just stay on celery sometimes, because I'm the kind of person that has to test things out. E-commerce selling tips by Heart Harris. I done messed up your whole name. Good morning. Welcome to the live. I just saw you. So people are getting onto it. You know, people are looking for things that can help them out, and um, people are always looking for a cure to their issues, and I love celery, and I think that it works a lot. I think it's the program too that I'm on that really helps. Good morning, Dee Dee's Pharmacy. How are you? Welcome to the live. Um, Left package at your, oh, okay. So connect. If you don't know somebody, get them. Get you a buddy. Get you a partner, and make sure, because that's how everybody in here. That's how I met you in somebody else's life. So I'm gonna get started with this juicing this. Celery is so good for blood pressure. Yeah. Okay, I'm all done. Okay, so I want to show you guys what it looks like. That, by the way, was 3 stalks of celery. And this is how much, this is the yield from 3 stalks of celery. And the other stuff that I told you guys went in there. So I'm going to drink this water first before I start drinking on that. Let me get a glass. Where do I want to put that? Okay, I'm back. I got a glass to put it in. Sometimes I'll be making up these combinations of juice like as I go, but I really need to get me a recipe book or get something where I can. That's really good. That's real good. All right, you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about juicing? Good morning, keeping up with the Williams. How you doing this morning? Welcome to the live. You made it. I'm happy that you came. So I just finished up with my juice, and I just finished juicing it. And I like to try it. Sometimes the combinations are combinations that I make up as I go, what I feel like, what combinations I might feel like. But I was just saying that I should really get a book and write down my juicing recipes and get my get me another notebook and try to do that. But I typically have 3 drinks laid out at one time. It's always some kind of a water, some kind of a beverage, and some kind of a juice. Suzette says, I like juicing in the morning since sometimes when I get up, I don't like to eat and I go to the gym 3 days a week and I have something within me, just to comment. This is true. This is very true. And that's why I decided that, you know, it's okay for me to get up early in the morning and take care of me, take care of my juice. So, and what fruit masks the smell and taste of celery? See, I like the taste of celery. um, any fruit, I would think. I combine it with apples a lot, but if you want a really overpowering fruit, I would think that oranges. I've had tangerines and celery too, but the acidity is just so high on that one. So I would say pineapples and celery are a real good combination. Um, but this is pretty good. I like the Gala apples. I think Gala apples are higher in sugar content than regular green apples because that when I know that my eating situation is not that great, I'll make sure that I use green apples. So it's like um, there are some times when my eating is not all that great, but I'm still juicing, and I make sure that the juice that I'm rinsing whatever I'm eating down with is not as sweet. Oh, I haven't had pineapples with celery. It's good. Pineapple is just a good fruit anyway that I really like. And so when you mix it or you combine it with, I like pineapples and kale. Because kale is, you're talking about a strong thing to juice. Kale is really potent and strong. And so is collards. I they're very strong. Collards and kale is really a strong one. I've tried, Didi's Pharmacy said, I've tried apples with celery and it didn't work for me. I'm really sensitive to smells. I'm sensitive to smells too, but it's getting a little bit better. But I think that if you try pineapple, pineapple works really good. And Marcino Lago, good morning. Um, Try pineapples and see if you, yeah, kale is really strong, but collards, my doctors recommended collards to me. And I said, who juices collards? Who does that? And so when I tried it, it was very, very, very strong. So if I do get collards, which I don't really like to, um, I will make sure there's some pineapples on hand when I do get it. But one of the things that I wanted to say is that I'm going to be on every morning until the end of the year. So, um, juicing with Tisa in the morning. But I think that you guys have been a great support, and sometimes we need that support. And I think what better way to start the morning is to wake up and have some partner in crime. So I'm going to be on every morning juicing, except for the last 2 weeks of the year. I'm going to take off the last 2 weeks of the year, but maybe the last week of the year. I'll announce that soon. But um, as of today, as of tomorrow, I should say, I'm gonna be on every morning. So um, that's what I wanted to say, and then I wanted to tell everybody too to look for my some of the recipes that I'll be having to make sure that um, it's in line with some of the healthy living that I'm trying to accomplish. Good morning, Starduster 2. Welcome to the live. Um, so that was my big announcement. I was saying I was going to save that for the end. We are about almost 40 minutes into our morning. And so um, I like being accountable. So, and I like also having a community of support. So, bit of chat. We'll be here in the mornings. I'll be here in the mornings, and I'll be talking about the benefits. We could start off talking about the benefits of or the claims to what the juice of the day is and what everything that I put in it does or what claims it makes. But I'm gonna be here every morning until the end of this year is out. So I appreciate everybody, especially my moderator. I want to say thank you, Melanie. Thank you for showing up and thank you for being the best. I'm the best moderator. I don't want to make nobody jealous, but I'm just saying. I appreciate you, Melanie, and I appreciate you being here. I'm not sure what time it is where you live at. It's almost 5:30 here, but you came and you're doing a great job as usual. And I just want to say thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who is here. I really appreciate you guys coming, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that I get up early enough. I know that most of you guys are on the East Coast, and I'm over here in Pacific Standard Time. So it's right, like I said, almost 5:30 where I am, and I have to be up earlier. Sometimes I'll be up a little bit earlier than others. I don't have um, the schedule all together yet. Um, and I am finding that being on the full juice, I have had to scrape myself up. I was sleeping so good. Thank you for coming, Detox Diva. Bit of chat says I need a juice that is easy to do and cheap. I like potatoes. Can you juice then with some kind of greens. I don't think potatoes is really a recommended thing to juice. So I wouldn't recommend that you juice any kind of potatoes. But I never heard nobody say they juiced any potatoes. But what I did was I experiment a lot. When I got the juicer, like I said, I started off with carrots. Carrots is a really good starting point. They are very powerful as well, and they I didn't realize how sweet carrots are. Carrots are very sweet, and there's so many different kinds of hi, grass fed homestead. There's so many different kinds of celery. Like, we got so many options in life. I've gotten some celery that was really sweet, and I've gotten some that was really bitter. Have you guys found that to be the case? Um, use, what did you say? Stardust, use what? Hakama. I think that's how you say that. Hakama, use Hakama. So, yeah, I'm gonna be on every morning. Gotta go. Thank you for stopping by, um, J3 J3G Farms. You really got a tongue twister on that name. Good morning, Lady Ann. Apples and ginger juice together is like ginger ale. My kids love it. I'm gonna try that. I gotta re up on my ginger. I didn't like the way the ginger looked yesterday when I was at the place at the store that I went to. So I gotta get some more ginger. I gotta get some really good ginger. Um, I don't know if I told you guys, but I like to use Instacart. And I was one of the things that I was really particular about when I first started using it was I didn't like nobody over my produce. I don't like nobody picking out my produce. And so I make sure in the notes that I'm very specific. If it don't look right, don't get it for me. And if it doesn't look right and you bring it here, I might have to get a refund on that because I'm real particular about my stuff, especially if it's not on sale. So yeah. Good morning. So we just talking about juicing and the fact that I'm excited about today is being the last day of being on just juice only. I'm really excited to get into making some healthy alternatives plus juicing after today. I'm excited about easing into a better and healthier eating lifestyle because that's what this should jumpstart us into. Good morning, Vibes with Chola. Welcome to the live. Good morning. So that's what this should do for us. Every month I'll be jump starting, doing the 7 days though. Every month I'll be doing the 7 days at the beginning of every month. And if I, when I don't say if I stick to a more solid plan, it should be easier and easier each month. So, um, but when you jump back into the eating habits that you came from after the 7 days, it's going to be harder and harder each time. So we'll see how this goes. And I've been here before. I've gone. I think I told you guys, but I'm not sure that when I first started, I jumped so hard into juicing. I didn't have for the first 6 months. I didn't have no meat for 6 months. I thought I was going to be vegan for life, and then the meat just ease back. People will, especially if you got children, people will be so hard on you for not giving your children meat. And so um, sometimes we don't need to listen to what everybody is telling us because it's some of this meat is just as harmful to the children's digestive system as it is to adults. So that's one of the things that people know about me now is that You can't just tell me any old thing and I'm just um, gonna do it. I like to look at things and check things out, and you can't just tell me to like. There's a lot of children that have issues with constipation and different things like that, and so you have to pay attention. If you're observant, then you'll know that. I didn't watch the documentary yet. That's why I promised to watch it sometime this week. I'm gonna probably watch it when I get back because I got some time. After I drop off the children this morning, I don't. The only thing I have to do is homeschool my 7-year-old, and a lot of times she just disappears for the first couple of hours after I done ran her through everywhere I needed to go. Um, so I'll probably watch it. She's probably somewhere watching TV. People need to worry about themselves instead of imposing on others, and that's what you. It takes time to learn that. Well, how do I want to say this in a nice way? It takes time to basically tell people that they need to worry about themselves and stop being so overly concerned with you. It takes time to figure out, especially if you not. I'm gonna have to leave that alone. But I've learned that um, I can't take the advice of everybody. I've learned sometimes you just don't need to say nothing. I have not eaten meat for 7 years. My son could not digest red meat and pork. I am allergic to it. Casey Detox said, yeah, I have issues. My digestive tract is, and you will find that if you do the research, that women over time, we have issues with our digestive tracts. So you have to really get onto a program that is helpful to your system, especially women. Um, it, we have issues with our digestive tracts as we get older. Good morning, Food Forests. Welcome to the live. So I was just letting everybody know that I'll be on every morning. So you can catch me every morning live. I'm gonna take a break sometime toward the end of the year, but I'll be on. I'll be on early every morning. So if you want to come in and share your wealth of knowledge and we can chit chat before the day is started, you are very welcome to come on in and let's talk about juicing and let's talk about healthy things. I got what you're saying. I'm Scorpio and indigo personality. I can't help but direct. And that's true. Like when I first started juicing and all the awesome things that it did for me, I just wanted to tell the world. I just wanted to let everybody know that you need to cut it out. Cut out all this stuff that you're eating and doing, and everybody should be juicing, and the world is going to be just okay. And I had to cut that out too, though. I had to stop that, and I have to just um, do better. I have to do better. I have to. I think we all have that kind of personality too. It's like when we see a new mother and that is have that's had a new baby, or even throughout her pregnancy, we have a tendency to say things that what that new mother should be doing. But I always advise new mothers to talk to their pediatricians because you will get so many different kinds of I used to do this and I used to do that and this works for me and that works for me. No, because sometimes you don't know how to explain what's going on with your child the right way. And somebody who might not know how to interpret things the right way might be telling you things that you might not need to be doing for your child. So that would be my advice. Good morning, Talita. Welcome to the live. I'm glad you made it. So yeah, we are almost an hour in. It's gonna be about five. Well, it's 5:30, almost 5:40 here. So I'm hoping that you guys have an amazing morning. Um, and I'm glad that you joined me in on this live. Did anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Do we need to go over the different types of juicers again? Starduster, you said you got your juicer. I was so excited to see that. And have you tried it yet, or it's still in the box? Have you tried to use it, Starduster, yet? I'm excited when people get juicers. I think that, by the way, everybody needs to have a juicer in their home. And I'm gonna do some more juicer giveaways before the end of the year is out. So make sure you guys keep coming back to see. Um, I need a new juicer. I have the same for 6 years. Wow, how did you get it to last so long? I have been through so many juicers. I have been through so many juicers, you guys. I use this juicer like anytime I get one, I use it industrial. I use it like I'm a shop. I've been through so many juicers. Yes, I need to know where to start because I can't have fresh fruit. I'm allergic. Okay, some people are allergic to fruit, I'm hearing. And so, that being the case, somebody was on here. Who was that on here a couple of days ago? They said they couldn't have fruit, and they're still juicing. So, it's definitely a doable thing. You just have to, I mean, I'm finding that if people do things that they want to do and they'll make a way for it. So if it's something that you want to do, you will find a way to do it. And that's how I've been with things in my life. Like it's gonna get increasingly hard for me to maintain my garden. And but because I didn't check on it at all yesterday. I had stuff to do and I had to recover from the weekend, but I will definitely be going out to do a garden walk because the ultimate goal is to make sure that I got food from the yard that I can eat. So I need to make sure that I'm constantly maintaining that yard. Detox Diva said, I had so many, but this one is the latest. It's the longest. What kind do you have? Can you share that? And Food Forest said, yes, a juicer for every human, and humans will make fantastic decisions. If that's all we needed in life, I'm telling you, you sound you sound so promising, Food Forest. But if that's all we needed was juicers and juice every day, but there was a period of time when I was like, juicing is gonna solve all my problems. Okay, that was a question. I'm allergic to some fruit, but longest I limit with melons, cucumbers, grapes. And that's the one thing that once you get started, sometimes we start off with certain things, but you have to customize things to you. So what I'm doing over here and what Starduster is doing and what Detox Diva is doing and anybody else who decides to be on juice or juicing or whatever kind of program you want, it's not going to work for everybody. So you just have to customize things. Customize things to your health, customize things to what kind of stuff you like. So everybody's gardens are different. Everybody's personality is different. Everybody's system and body and I want to say blood is different. So just make sure that, if you're doing it, if it's something you want to do and stick with, it's something you'll like. Say no to packaged and canned foods, processed foods. We don't know what's in them. I was on somebody's live yesterday watching her cook. I forgot her name. But we were talking about salt being salt, sugar being sugar, and we were talking about rice. They were talking about how rice is plastic, and I was like, wow, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful in everything you do, but I want to say don't be so careful in everything that we just full of fear on everything too. because we still got to eat and we still got to walk through this life is with our heads held up. So, but if you vibe with Ty, good morning. Welcome to the live. I'm just talking about to wrap it up, but I'm just talking about being intentional about what we eat. And if you're juicing, customize things to you because what works for me may not work for you. So, and it might take some time until you figure out what works for your body. It might take some time to do that. So, don't forget to like the live. And also, I will be on every morning. I'm gonna take a break at the end of the year. But you guys know, y'all know it's October. It's already October. Can you believe it's October? Can you believe we are in October 2019? We only have, and what's today? What is today? Today is like the 7th. Wait, today is the 8th. So we are almost out of this year. I think I still wrote 2018 on something the other day. Yeah, it's already the 8th of October. We are about to be out of 2019 already. The time is flying by so fast. Picking grapes and digging sunchoke. What's a sunchoke? Food permaculture, food forest. What is a sunchoke? Picking grapes. And my grapevine is we are a long way from getting grapes on a grapevine, so I'm still buying them. 2020 out of the teens now. Out of the teens. Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe that? Everyone have a great day. Thank you very much, Green Organic. Thank you for coming, Vibes with Chola. Thank you so much for coming to the live. I appreciate you guys' support. I really do. And again, I appreciate Melanie, the moderator. And I just want to thank everybody. Thank all my subscribers. I'm almost at 500. I've been working real hard to get to 500. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you know somebody who would be interested in coming to the live every morning, please share my channel with them. Let them know that I'm here and we're going to be juicing every morning until the last week of the year. So have a good Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everybody. I do not have Instagram. I've been on Instagram for a very long time, like 9 years. So, and I've been on, I think, Facebook for about 10. But if you guys want to grab up my Instagram or Facebook, I am at Green Organic Love on both. But yeah, we could chat. We could chat outside of YouTube if you guys want to do that. Okay. Do you have a playlist? Yes, I do. I've created a playlist, and every live that I make, I need to add to that playlist. So when I get some time, I'm gonna do my best to update the playlist. I just haven't done it yet. Sunchokes will look after themselves. On a half acre, we grow 3,000 pounds to be healthy. Ooh, that's a lot. Full forest. But I'm gonna look that up because I don't have a picture of what a sunchoke looks like. But it's right at about an hour for me. Nobody is up. They officially get up at 6 o'clock in the morning here. And then we have about an hour and 15 minutes to get ready and get out. Get ready, get out, get prayed over, and get out of here. And then I do my rounds. So thank you guys once again for coming and have a good day. Have a good morning. Happy Tuesday.